Hey, it's Christina with Tinagirl Travels. We're here in southern England at Brighton Beach, and we're gonna take you on a little tour and have a look around and see what this place is all about. So maybe you have an extra day in London and you're looking for a great day trip in the summer. This is where you want to head. It's about an hour by train from Victoria Station. From Gatwick Airport, you're looking at about 38 minutes on the train. For us, we had an early flight out of Gatwick the next day, so we booked ourselves into the Block Hotel at Gatwick Airport, and I'll add a link to that video at the end of this one. We checked in, we dropped off our luggage, and we just hopped back on the train. The train station is situated in the perfect location for a day at Brighton. It's another one of those railway station beauties built in the 1800s with additions added over the years. Millions pass through this station yearly, and it's now the 7th busiest station in the country outside of London. The station itself houses many cafes and places to grab a bite to eat, but as you exit the station, you're right in the center of it all. Clearly, Keith and I weren't the only ones checking out Brighton on this beautiful sunny July day. Let's quickly head back to Google Maps so I can show you where the train station is located in relation to the beach, restaurants, and shops. As you come out of the station, we'll be walking along West Street to the beach. I want to point out that all the light yellow that you see on this map is shopping, cafes, and restaurants. So this is a fun place to come and explore the beach in the summer and enjoy some of the other activities that I'm going to show you in this video in the shoulder and off season as well. So as we were walking towards the beach on West Street, we came across the Brighton Food and Makers Market that is open on the 1st and 3rd Saturdays of each month from May to September. You'll find it at Brighthelm Gardens on your way to the beach. It was really fun to check out the local crafters and tasty offerings they had available. They also have a Christmas market that's worth mentioning, and this year it'll be on November 19th and 20th at Wagner Hall. I'll add a link below to their website so you can check out those market dates. Let's talk about food options. We couldn't pass by Belgian chips without picking up a small cone. The smell coming out of there was amazing. There are so many great restaurants, and Keith and I have decided that when we go on these trips, we share everything. That way we can try twice as many tasty treats. You'll find everything from award-winning fish and chips to really unique cafes and pubs. There are restaurants with amazing sea views. There are cozy cafes tucked into little alleyways. There are obviously places that the locals just love, and you can bet that you'll get a great meal in there. We stopped in at Julien Plumart, a French bakery on Queens Road, which is actually at the top of West Street. The street changes names about halfway down towards the beach. Julien Plumart is a master pastry chef, which you'll see when you step into this shop. I ended up buying 2 of the most beautiful French macarons, and later in the afternoon we stopped for coffee at a place called Cafe Italiano. We had the best cherry bakewell tart I've ever tasted. The cafe is on the corner of New Road and Church Street, and it's only about a 3-minute walk away from the Royal Pavilion. Construction of the Royal Pavilion started in 1787 and was completed in 1823. It was of course used by the royals and later transformed into a military hospital during World War I. It's worth popping into and having a look at the beautiful gardens. I'll add a link below if you want to read more into the history of this very unusual looking royal palace. Let's head on down to the beach and have a look around. I'm not sure what I was expecting to find at Brighton Beach, but this far exceeded our expectations. Just the sheer amount of shops, restaurants, hotels, and cafes along the water and in town is mind-boggling. In fact, there are over 250 restaurants in the area. This is not a sleepy seaside town at all. This is a city full of energy and has about 290,000 permanent residents in the Brighton and Hove district. The beach is rocky, so if you are coming here for the beach itself or to swim, keep that in mind. You might want to bring a pair of water shoes. There are spots where you can rent deck chairs, sunbeds, windbreakers, and umbrellas, so you don't need to bring those things. Many people just come and sit on a towel or a blanket right on the beach. There are lifeguards on duty, and swimming between the flags is highly recommended. Once you reach the beach area, you have a few choices to make. You can walk along the water in either direction for miles and miles. In fact, from the pier, which I'll show you in a minute, you can walk west to Hove along the Brighton Coastal Walk, which is a long, flat section of the Monarch's Way long distance trail. The UK is full of long distance trails, and this is one of them. It's about a 5-mile walk or bike ride. Along the beach, you can either walk down near the water and the beach area, or you can head up high and walk along the street level overlooking the beach promenade. When you're doing your research online, you want to be sure that you're looking for Brighton Beach, England or UK, as there is a Brighton Beach in North Vancouver, Canada. There's one in New York City. There's also one in New Jersey and one in New Zealand. So there's probably a few more as well, but make sure you put that UK or England in there. As you can see, the promenade is full of things to do and spend your money on. Beachfront restaurants, souvenir shops selling things like soccer balls, flip-flops, and even a gorilla. Everything you would need for a fun day at the beach. There are many bike rental and bike share options available as well. I'll add some links below in the description for you to check out if that's something you're interested in. There are loads of hotels if you want to extend your time here. I said visiting Brighton was a nice day trip, but you could also spend several days exploring this area. It's just lovely. Brighton Beach also has a hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour with 11 stops. It's pretty reasonable, starting at about £14 for a one-day pass for adults. The tour stops at the Pier, the Marina, Grand Avenue, and several other places, and it's available in 7 languages. Again, I'll add a link below so you can check that out. The other place I want to mention before I show you the pier is the British Airways i360 viewing tower. The tower is designed as 162 meters or 531 feet tall. It's a needle structure with an ascending and descending circular viewing platform with a capacity for 200 people. There's a restaurant, a cafe, a bar. There's also a gift shop that you can check out. And they have the Walk 360 where you can walk on top of the pod. There are all kinds of events that take place here. And again, I'll add a link to that below as well. Okay, let's check out this pier. The Brighton Palace Pier was built in 1899 and it's just over half a kilometer long. As you enter, you'll walk through or you can walk around the arcade called the Palace of Fun. Then you pass through lots of stalls with food and drink and souvenirs. And once you reach the middle of the pier, you'll come to a place called the Palm Court Restaurant. It's a great place to book a romantic sunset dinner. They serve all kinds of dishes, but they're famous for their fish and chips, so you might want to check that out. Just past the restaurant, you'll find more kiosks with food, drink, and souvenirs. And just to let you know, there are free public washrooms in several places along the pier. All right, let's check out the amusement park. You can buy a wristband in advance online and save some money, or you can buy one the day of your visit from the kiosk. I'll add a link below if you want to save some money. There are rides for the whole family, from your little ones to your thrill seekers. There's the turbo coaster, there's a carousel, there's the wild river if you want to get soaking wet. So there's trampolines, there's the horror hotel. So there's enough to keep you busy and entertained for a few hours at least. There are beautiful views across the English Channel and along the shoreline. The pier is really a great place to hang out with a drink, with some French fries, and just people watch. If you like sunbathing in the nude, Brighton Beach offers you a naturist beach just west of the marina and just south of Sussex Square. Now, let's talk about the world's oldest aquarium that you're going to find here at Brighton Beach as well. It's called Sea Life Brighton. You'll see sharks, turtles, octopus, and jellyfish, and so much more. The kids are going to love it. It's worth the visit, and an adult ticket will run you about £17 if you buy it in advance online, and I'll add a link below. We had a really fun day at Brighton, and honestly, if you really want to dive deep and take it all in, you're going to need to spend a few days here. It really is a perfect day trip from London. The town itself is colorful and lively, but it's also laid back. It's a very easy train trip from London or from Gatwick Airport, and you want to keep in mind that the weather here can be very different than in London. You're on the English Channel, it can be rainy, it can be windy, so be sure to dress accordingly and bring a light jacket even in the summer. We're heading back to the Block Hotel at Gatwick Airport for our early flight out tomorrow morning. Be sure to check out my review on that hotel. It's actually a really cool micro hotel. I have several new videos on our latest visit to London. I would love it if you became one of my subscribers. So if you can click that thumbs up if I was able to help you out in this video and give you some information you didn't know, and click that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching Tinagirl Travels, and I will see you again soon.